A very good morning, friends. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic on the communication. How to develop the self confidence and influence people by public speaking. As you all know, that many of us are afraid to speak on the stage, we get afraid, and because of this afraid, we are not able to think clearly and speak out. Hence, how we can remove this fear from our mind and ensure that we speak promptly and effectively before the audience. A book written by Dale Carnegie, How to Develop Self Confidence and Influence People. In his book, he has very well given around 12 chapters. The first one is developing courage and self confidence. Self confidence through preparation. How famous speakers prepared their address. The improvement of memory. The essential elements is successful speaking. The secret of good delivery. Platform presence, and personality. How to open a talk, how to close a talk, how to make people meaning close, how to interest your audience, improving your dictation. You can all learn by purchasing this book, How to Develop Self Confidence and Influence People by Public Speaking, Dale Carnegie. I'm going to take today the first chapter of this book. If you are not able to purchase, listen to this book. Developing Courage and Self Confidence. More than 5,000 men and women since 1912 have been members of the public speaking course using my method. Many of them have witnessed statement telling why they enrolled for this training and what they hope to obtain from it. Naturally, the physiology varied, but the central desire in this letters, the basic what in the vast majority remained surprisingly the same. In the vast majority, remained surprisingly the same. When I am called upon to stand up and speak, person after person wrote, I became so self cautious, so frightened that I cannot think clearly, cannot concentrate, cannot remember what I had intended to say. I want to gain self confidence, pose, and the ability to think on my feet. I want to get my thoughts together in a logical order, and I want to be able to speak clearly and convincingly before a business or a club group or audience. Thousands of their confessions sounded about like that. To cite a concrete case, years ago, a gentleman here called D.W. Gillette joined my public speaking course. Shortly after the opening section, he invited me with him in the club for a lunch. He was a man of middle age and had always led an active life, was head of his own manufacturing establishment, a leader in the church work and the civic activities. He came and told me about the situation He told me that he get afraid to speak before the audience. I told him that it is the learnable skill and you can overcome your fear of public speaking. Then he joined my course and learned the techniques of the public speaking and overcame his fear thing and delivered a very good speech from that day onwards. Like that, there are a number of examples given in this book. You can read it and understand. The first start with a strong and persistent desire. This is of far more important than you probably realize. If an instructor could look into your mind and heart now and ascertain the depth of your desire, he could foretell almost with certainty the swiftness of progress you will make. If your desire is pale and flabby, your achievement will also take on that hue and consistency. But if you go after your subject with persistence and with the energy of after a cat, bulldog after a cat, nothing underneath the Milky Way will defeat you. Therefore, arouse your enthusiasm for this self study, enumerate its benefit. Think of what additional self confidence and ability to talk more convincingly in public will mean to you. Think of what it may mean and what it ought to mean in dollars and cents. Think of what it may mean to you socially, of the friends it will bring, of the increase of your personal influence, of the leadership it will give you, and it will give you the leadership more rapidly than almost any other activity you can think of or imagine. There is no other accomplishment stated Curry Miss M. Diffie, which may any man can have that will so quickly make for him a career and secure recognition as the ability to speak acceptably. Phillips, after he had amazed millions, said, I would rather have been a great speaker than a great capitalist. It is the attainment that almost every person of the education longs for. After Andrew death, there was found among his papers a plan for his life drawn up when he was 33 years of age. He then felt that in 2 more years he could so arrange his business as to have an annual income of 50,000. So he proposed so he proposed to retire at the 35, go to Oxford and get thorough education and pay special attention to the speaking in public. Think of glow of satisfaction and the pleasure that will accrue from the exercise of this new power. In every effort, some men grow faint hearted and fall by wayside. So, you should keep thinking of what this skill will mean to you until your desire is white hot. You should start this program with an enthusiasm that will carry you through the template to the end. Set aside one certain night of the week for reading of this chapter. In short, make it as easy as possible to go ahead. Make it as difficult as possible to retreat. When Caesar sailed over the channel from the Gaul and landed with his legions on what is now England, what did he do to ensure the success of his arms? A very clever thing. He halted his soldiers on the chalk ship of Dover and looking down over the waves 200 feet below, they saw red tongues of fire consume every ship in which they had crossed. In the enemy's country, with the last link with the content gone, the last means of returning burned, there was but one thing left for them to do, to advance, to conquer. That is precisely what they did. Such was the spirit of immortal Caesar. Why not make it yours too in this war to exterminate any foolish fear of audience? Dear friends, अभी मैं आपको हिंदी में समझाता हूँ इसका मतलब क्या है। ये ये फियर पब्लिक स्पीकिंग का अपने को निकालना चाहिए। अगर अपने को सक्सेस बनना है तो आपको ये डर भगाना चाहिए। ये डर कब भगेगा? जब अपने मतलब पहला स्टेप में ही अपन एंथुसियाज्म ये पब्लिक स्पीकिंग सीखने के लिए है तो ही ये डर निकलेगा अपने शरीर से। एकदम नहीं निकलेगा बट अपन 110% कॉन्फिडेंट रहना चाहिए कि मैं एक कोर्स कंप्लीट करूँगा और मैं एक चैम्पियन पब्लिक स्पीकर बनूँगा। अगर ये डर हमारे शरीर से निकल जाती है तो कोई भी अपने को रोक नहीं सकता एक टैलेंटेड पब्लिक स्पीकर बनने से। मैं आपका शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि आपने मेरा चैनल को सब्सक्राइब किया है और लाइक बटन प्रेस किया है। मैं आपको डेली कुछ ना कुछ ये बुक से सिखाऊंगा और आपकी ज़िंदगी बदल जाएगी। थैंक यू वेरी मच। हैव अ ग्रेट डे। बाय बाय।